Okay, so today we're going to work on how do we find the measure of an acute right triangle in the measure of an acute angle in the right triangle. So we're going to work on inverse trigonometry. Okay, so our essential question that's our essential question. So theta, so we're finding the angle, is going to be cosine to the -1. So inverse cosine, which is equal to cosine -1. Remember, that's going to be adjacent divided by the hypotenuse. I should have wrote this up here. I'm going to write this on every page, everybody, or a SOHCAHTOA. Okay, and then so theta is equal to the sine, so -1. So the inverse cosine is sine is going to be equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse. Okay, and then tangent is going to be equal to, so our inverse tangent, I keep writing sine. So it's going to be sine is inverse tangent is opposite divided by adjacent. Okay. And the other sides, everybody. So this is where theta is. So this is going to be adjacent, hypotenuse, and opposite. Okay, so steps. So our steps for this, everybody, is that we're going to circle theta. So circle the angle first. And label all the sides. And label hypotenuse, opposite, and adjacent. Okay, and then we're going to find the equation that works. So are we going to use sine, cosine, or tangent? Okay, and then we're going to fill in the equation. And then we're going to solve it. Okay, so let's look at this example. So we're solving for the measure of angle V. Circle V. Okay, and then I'm going to label, so hypotenuse, adjacent, opposite. Okay, remember that I don't have anything for hypotenuse, so that means I'm going to use tangent. Okay, so I'm going to be using tangent of theta is going to be equal to opposite divided by adjacent, so 63 divided by 16. So theta is going to be equal to the inverse tangent, 63 divided by 16. Okay, remember on decimal scientific, you want to go to function, okay, for your trig function, and then go back to main. Okay, so function, main, get the parentheses. So everybody, you definitely need the parentheses. Okay, 63 divided by 16. Okay, so next one, let's look at this one. So we got this one. It says, oops, I guess we should put in the answer. We're going to round to the 10th place. So I get 75.7 degrees. Okay, so round to the 10th. Okay. Everybody, tenths is the dimes place or first decimal place. Okay, this one we're solving for angle, measure of angle M. Okay, we're gonna label, so adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse. Okay, everybody knows we don't have anything here for adjacent, so I'm not gonna use that one. So I'm gonna use sine. So the sine of theta is going to be equal to 24 over 25. So theta is going to be equal to inverse sine 25. So 24 divided by 25. Make sure everybody have to have that parenthesis. Okay. And when we get our answer, we get that theta is equal to 73.7 degrees. Okay. Okay, so next one. So if we got this one, okay, we're solving for V. Circle the angle. This will be adjacent, opposite, hypotenuse. Okay, so we're going to do this one, everybody. So we're going to have where it's going to be cosine. I'm going to decide I want to use cosine, so I'm going to do 77. Adjacent divided by hypotenuse, so 77 divided by 85. So I get that inverse cosine 77 divided by 85. I'm going to put that in decimals.com scientific, go to function for the inverse cosine, and go back to main, parentheses, 77 divided by 85. And we get that theta is equal to 25.1 degrees. Okay. Next one says solve for m. Okay. I have a choice since I have all three sides. I'm going to use cosine again. So we're going to cosine of theta is equal to 15 divided by 17. So theta is equal to inverse cosine 15 divided by 17. And when I put that in decimals.com scientific, I get 28 and 1/10 degrees. Okay, everybody remember when we're entering answers in Canvas, we just put in the numbers. Okay, everybody got this?